In this video, I am going to show you step by step how selling this one product on Amazon made me over $4,000 profit in around 3 weeks. I'm Dan, $1 Million Reseller, and I'm a full-time Amazon seller who does retail and online arbitrage where I buy items from big name stores like Walmart, Ollie's, Target, and then resell it onto Amazon for a profit. I have been selling on Amazon for over 3 years now, and I don't drive a Lambo or live in a penthouse. I just work hard for my freedom and show others how they could achieve the same. So if you want to learn how you can start selling on Amazon, then you can download the 100% free guide linked in the description below. But for now, let's get into how this product made me $4,000 profit. So here we are on Scrub Daddy's website, and with Halloween coming up, I figured this would be a good item to check out. You can see we can buy it here for $14.99, but we know the importance of getting the item for the cheapest buy cost possible. So we have some shopping extensions that will automatically apply coupons like CNET Shopping, Capital One Shopping. But in this instance, those didn't populate any coupons. So we're just going to Google coupons for Scrub Daddy and see if anything comes up. So we're just going to Google Scrub Daddy coupon. And again, this is the best way to find coupons sometimes. So here we have Deal Spotter, and we're just going to click on this and see if we can find any coupons. This looks like a 15% off code. So we're going to see what the code is. Top Scrubber, copy and paste that. Go back over to Scrub Daddy and see how cheap we can buy these Halloween scrub brushes for now. So we're going to go back here. Looks like we can only buy 5 at a time, so we're just going to add that to our cart. This site is kind of slow, so we're going to wait for it to load and then go over here and apply that coupon, see if it works. And in this case, it looks like it does work, bringing our buy cost to $63.71 for 5 items, which, doing some quick math here, divided by 5 is going to be a roughly $12.74 per unit. And then we're going to have a little bit of tax calculated here, most likely. So the reason I add these items to my cart and then apply the coupon before I look on Amazon is because when I'm sourcing for Amazon, I want to have an accurate buy cost of how much I'm spending per item. So if I was just looking at the $14.99 buy cost and I found these on Amazon, I wouldn't know how much I'm accurately making without applying the coupon tax shipping. When I'm calculating my cost of goods sold, I want everything accounted for. So here we are on Amazon.com as if I was the consumer buying a product, and there are a couple different ways you can find listings to sell on Amazon. For example, now that I actually have the product in hand, I could just use the Amazon seller app and scan the UPC code, and then a listing would pop up on Amazon, as you can maybe see here if it focuses in. But when I was selling or when I was sourcing this item, I didn't have the actual product. So I just came over to Amazon, typed in Scrub Daddy Halloween, and you can see we have this listing here and this listing here. Clicking back over to Scrub Daddy, you can see that those products do match. Again, we're keeping in mind that we do have a coupon. And when I first started sourcing this item, it was the end of August. So when we look at Keepa here, you're going to see the seller count has gone up and the price has gone down pretty drastically. But at the end of August here, when I started buying it, it was selling for around $29.89, which we will see over on Inventory Lab. And the offer count was 5. So when I was sourcing this using our extensions here, we were sourcing it at $29.97, let's say. But I did intend for the price to come down. But at this cost, I think I said $12.64, and we can use it here also, $12.64. So to give you an idea, what I was seeing was going to leave us a profit here of $8.58 or around 70%. And here, same thing, $8.44. I use ScoutX and SellerAmp just because I like to compare each app and extension I've ever used. All has everything calculated a little different. So I just like to take all fees into account and make sure everything looks good. But so listing 1 down here on Keepa, if we just click into the month, again, we were buying it down here. You could see that the sales rank was dropping, which means the item's velocity was picking up. And again, I did intend seller count to spike. However, if we look at this item last year, around October, it was only having, very low offer count. Got up to 15, 18 a couple of times. So I didn't really expect it to go up to 60. Glad I got out of this item when I did, even though it is still profitable. But this is just what I was looking at here, was I could see that I could buy it for $12.64, sell it around $29. I was happy going down to around $25 towards the end of my supply. But yeah, that's what I saw on, just to explain Keepa a little bit if you're new. The red just shows you what's selling FBA. This is a graph. The green line you want to pay attention to is the sales rank. Shows you how quickly something is selling, and then the seller count. Obviously, because if you look here on the seller count, price is 34 with 5 offers, but when the offer count gets up to around 70, the price gets down to around $23.95, which is expected. But if we were selling this for $23.95 now, this might not be an item we want to buy $8,000 worth of because you're making $333. But then, so clicking back, check out the other listing, same thing here, this listing. Velocity a little bit slower, sales ranks around 20,000 when I was buying, I believe. Should load right here. So even this listing went up to a lot of sellers. Anyway, end of August, we were buying this item. It was selling for around 29 and came down to around 25. But this is just what I look at here when I'm trying to make a buying decision of how many I'm going to buy, because this product I knew I could go a little deeper on because there was this ASIN along with this ASIN. So I had 2 places I could sell it. If I only had 1 place I could sell it, I probably wanted to buy as many as I did. So after looking at the Amazon listings, I decided to buy 600 units. Here are some of the orders, and then I keep track of this all in a spreadsheet. So here again, you can see I started buying these $8.29. I did not buy them all on $8.29 just because that would have taken a long time. But this is why it's important, at least I think, to log all your orders, because here you see I paid $63.71, $63.71, $74.95, which is because I forgot to actually apply the coupon. You can't cancel on Scrub Daddy, but if I don't track that, then my whole buy cost is skewed. $6,746. Not really 100% sure what happened. I started paying $6,746 for some of the orders. I think it started logging some more tax or something. But then you can also see I started paying $6,804. So if I'm doing equals this divided by 5, here I'm buying them for $13.61. Where up here I'm only spending this divided by that, $12.74. So that's roughly $1 difference, which if I'm not taking this into account, my profits and loss is going to be really, really messed up. So I kept track of it all, and then you just come down here. You see I bought 600 of this, $8,061.25 spent, and my average buy cost for all 600 units came to $13.44. So again, I highly suggest logging all your orders. This is an extremely simple spreadsheet. So now we're over on Inventory Lab, and I've just filtered to Merchant Fulfilled under Accounting, FBM, and then I title searched Scrub Daddy, which populated the 12 pages of orders we have going all the way back to September 1st. And then we ended selling this item around September 20th. And if you go to page 12 here, you can see that this item was selling for $29.89 for a good amount of time, all the way through page 7-ish. But then you can see it started probably around page 4. Yeah, page 4, I would say the price started going down. Seller count was coming up. But so what I like to do in Inventory Lab, just to get all my final numbers of this one product, is I'll export the sales and then take the information important and get it over into Excel, just because I prefer Excel over Google Sheets. But then, so we have the order price I copy and pasted in, the net profit per sale, my buy cost, and then the quantity shipped. And what this is going to do is, I know I bought 600 units. It's going to make sure that I shipped all 600 units, along with take into account the price, the fees, shipping I paid, all of that. So these are the final numbers. You can see down here, I already figured it out. The final sales were 16,857.43 in sales. I profited 3,952.43, and I spent the 8,064, which again, if we go over here and check, this says I spent 8,061.24. This says 8,064, but my buy cost here was 1,344. So if I check that here, if I do this divided by that, that still comes out to 1,344. So not sure why there's $1 or so difference, but that is accurate. So overall, this one product in around 3 weeks, I spent $8,064. I did roughly $16,900 in sales, and I profited right around $4,000. So just to recap, I bought 600 of these brushes for $8,064, sold them for around $17,000, and my take-home profit after all fees and everything was $4,000. If you enjoyed this video, again, you can download the 100% free guide in the description below, and I also would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe. It would help me so much more than you know. Thank you.